Do you know how a mechanical harvester works? I don't, but we're going to find out next. Stick around. I told you guys that I was going to stick with the FWC and find out as much as I possibly can about what's going on in our fisheries, and then get that information to you in a way that's understandable. So this morning, I am going to St. Cloud. I am braving Poinciana traffic and Kissimmee traffic for you guys. And I'm going to meet up with the FWC project manager, biologist, Adrian, who is managing the hydrilla harvesting on Lake Toho that's going on right now. I don't know anything about harvesting. I mean, I suspect, because I've seen it, it looks like a combine, and then you drag it on to the shore on a barge, blah, 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 blah. I don't know what's fact and what's just what I've made up in my brain. I don't know what's actually going on. I've just pieced together what I've seen. And that's when bad information gets out, is that everybody has an opinion, makes assumptions about what they see, and then that becomes the narrative, which we're not going to do that anymore. This community is going to be based in truth and facts and common sense. So I'm taking today and I'm going to go get some facts for you. Y'all stick around. Well, guys, I just got off the boat. I spent a half hour talking to a mechanic who was working on one of the harvesters. There's 3 harvesters working on a vegetation enhancement project on Toho. And what they're doing is they're taking, invasive species. This was not for hydrilla. This was water lily, I think is what they call it. It's that crap that grows up in a mat and the trees grow out of, and it turns into like forest floating. That's what makes all the brush piles that are out in Kissimmee right now. But they're removing that from Big Grassy Island, and the process is amazing. The way they harvest it and then transport it to a sporal island, which this one was just next door to it, and then they pile it up. They've got a little excavator pulling it up and piling it up. It's kind of a neat process. Being a contractor myself, I found that very interesting. But we then went to an area that they had done this last year, and this enhancement project is for fishermen, it's for duck hunters, it's for snail kites, and they're just trying to manage these marsh areas to where it's passable. It's beautiful inside there now. There's the fishing inside of Big Grassy this spawn is going to be insane. But anyway, that's not the big news. It was interesting, but it's not the big news. The big news is there's all kinds of information available as far as electroshocking reports and creel survey information and hard bottom hardness that we have access to, and they're going to send them to me. Adrian and John were great. They answered my questions. 2 hours on the airboat running around Goblets and Big Grassy Island, and there's just a wealth of information there that I'm still processing. So coming soon to a video near you is going to be all kinds of fishing forecasts for the spawn, where you can find the big girls, vegetation plantings. Oh, and I volunteered you guys for a bunch of stuff, so we're going to have several in the next year partnerships between the AE Nation and the FWC fisheries management people to really enhance fishing in Hatch and Kissimmee and Cypress and Toho. So be looking for that. That is definitely coming. The first thing is there is a planting that's going to happen in the spring, the late spring, on Kissimmee, where they'll be planting, Kissimmee grass and maiden cane, and I think they're also planting bulrush. But the information is out there. I've now figured out how to get it. As soon as I can decipher it, I'll bring it to you. So thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.